Welcome everyone, TheDailyWoo here. As of recording of this Tuesday, October 11, 2022, Market Street is blocked off at the moment because they are putting up the Halloween decor right down here. This is kind of the Main Street USA type vibe version of Celebration Florida. You'll notice I am not wearing an appropriate hat. No Tampa Bay Rays cap will be worn by me for a little bit of time. I am in a little bit of a vibe right now. Very disappointed in my team. And I say my team, not because I played for the Rays, coached for the Rays, or did anything to propel them getting to the postseason at all, but because I rooted for them, showed my support from spring training last year, opening day of spring training, opening day at the Trop. I visited 8 away stadiums rooting for the team that I love. And very disappointed in the outcome in the wild card series. They lost 2 of 3 against the Cleveland Guardians. It was a pitching duel, and sitting there in the stands, there was maybe only 30 people out of 30,000 that were wearing Cleveland gear that were supporting anything with the Tampa Bay logo, a Rays logo, anything. I was greatly outnumbered, which was understood. But when I sat there in the bottom of the 15th, Corey Kluber, the ace veteran for the Rays, launched one down the middle and off into the left field stands over that immense wall at Progressive Field. Filmed just a little bit of it, my reaction there, talking about how Cleveland is now going to go on to the ALDS against the Yankees. And I just sat there in solace thinking, this stinks. And I just, for probably 20 minutes until the stadium cleared out, I just sat there thoughting how the entire year, now not the sadness of a relationship ending, not the sadness of a passing of a loved one, friend or family, nothing like that, but this was definitely the saddest moment I've ever had in my sports loving life. I digress. Moving on. I'm going to check out some stuff on here in Celebration. I'm going to go over to Epcot and see some of the 40th merch that was. No more talking about the Rays until spring training. That's a whole other subject. Still love the team, but moving on for the rest of the year until the 2023 season. But wanted to just kind of air those grievances and thoughts. Dang. Better luck next year, guys, and I'll be there for you. Join me. I'm heading over to Epcot. I'm going to drive around. I'm going to see what they're doing here on Market Street. It's a very long-winded intro, but thanks for sticking through that. Now on with the episode. Join me. Raise up, shall you? When I first walked over here, I was wondering why the streets were blocked off, because on Sunday, which was a couple days ago as the recording of this, they always do the Market Street, not a flea market, it's more of like a farmer's market and an art market, but the streets are blocked off now today for one particular reason. You can see this crane that is going through here because they are putting up Halloween decor. Now Celebration does a lot of Christmas events. They block off Market Street with a big tree, and they do snope, which is snow soap that falls from these boxes and these heavens up in here and along the roof lines. But they also are known for Halloween. In fact, Jeter Bend, which is like, half a mile away or so from here, also does some Halloween stuff. I'll drive over there and see if they have anything set up over there as well. And it's good to see that not only the clock up there shows the appropriate time at 10:30, but also the newly added to Market Street, Fortuna Bakery, has corrected their sign over here, and it also says 10:30. Sometimes there's a long line here, and I usually will get Starbucks, but I think I'm going to try Fortuna Bakery today. Yeah, the clock has been fixed. I corrected them, sir. Little shining quote. And some frothy goodness attained. Since I am popping in over to Epcot here shortly, just to check some merch, not going to be in there too long. That's called Genie. If you put I was going to make a Genie Plus joke for that crane, but I don't think it did. Yeah. I take that back. It's not a good joke. One thing that's kind of fun, I worked retail for a long time, so I'm guilty of this as well. Also check out the little manhole here. Celebration established 1994. But if you ever order anything, let's say you get a coffee or anything like a quick service thing, the cashier almost 99.99999% of the time will say it's going to be $3.79, it's going to be $6.49, it's going to be. Instead of just saying the total is. Fun fact, just putting that out there, that's just kind of how it is. And I always think to myself, Well, what's the total now? Is it going up between the time I pay for it and what the total is stated to be? It's gonna be. But you know, I used to always say that too, but now I notice it more. Hello, bird. This bird is looking, okay, I was saying it's very still, almost looked like a, so the other day, like last week or so, before I went to Cleveland, the lake water was all the way up here after the storm and after the hurricane. But now the lake water has subsided. Back to normal. Oop, I see the gator over there. I see the gator. Is that why you're up here on a shorebird? You don't want to be anywhere near that gator? I don't blame you. With a plane flying over. Now that I'm noticing, maybe it is not an alligator over there. Let me zoom in. Right there in the middle of the screen. Maybe it's just a stick. Okay, it might just be a stick. Fooled me. That's right, Howard. Howard the duck just sits, not a real duck, just sitting here in the water. I'm gonna do a loop around the water. I almost said a loop around the lagoon. Like I've been to Disney too many times. Well, let's be honest, I have been to Disney too many times, but it's not gonna stop me from popping in there today. But around Lake Reinhardt here, there's a fake duck named Howard after the film. Also part of Marvel canon. True story. There's a squirrel and a stork. Well, oh, there was a squirrel. The squirrel is up the tree now. I see you up there, squirrel. You're up there in the branches. But there is a fowl down here, a bird, stork-like looking bird. Haven't seen the gator. I'm gonna do a lap around the waterway and then get my car and drive around. All right, the squirrel just jumped across the branch. Where you at, squirrel? Oh, there you are. Oh, you want to be on camera? I thought you were camera shy, but you're really not. You're right there on that top branch. I see you up there, squirrel. You gonna come say hi? No? I have had squirrels in the past. They'll like, I'm almost like the squirrel whisperer, except I'm not whispering, I'm talking at a normal cadence. Come on down, squirrel. Come on down. I'm the squirrel whisperer. I'm the squirrel whisperer. Oh, there you are, squirrel. Come on down. I'm the squirrel. I'm the squirrel whisperer. You gonna drop an acorn down on me, squirrel? Oh, wow, right above my head. Right above, I am zoomed in. This thing is right above my head. You're up there, squirrel. You're up there. I don't know why I'm telling you this, because you know exactly where you are. You're up there. Okay, I'll see you later. See you, squirrel. The whispering did not work to bring you down here. It's okay, though. And it was just last week where I was showing some of the flooding over here. The water came all the way up to this spot and I spotted a gator right here next to this crack. I was standing right here and I went, oh, it was a gator right there, right there. The head startled me. You can see the water has now subsided. A little update here around the lake, and the swamps have kind of gone back to their kind of semi-normal water levels over there. Current plans, as I am walking and thinking, I will stay locally until at least the 24th of this month, which is like, what, 13 days? 2 weeks, a little shy of 2 weeks from this very moment. So I will be locally in the Central Florida area till at least the 24th, which I believe is a Monday. And between now and then, I will decide where I'm gonna go the rest of the month and into early November. But I most likely will be coordinating some travel plans. But for the next 13, 14 days, give or take a day, I will be kind of staying put around here, doing local events, things like that. Try to find some Halloween goodness and just enjoy being local. I've been away for a little while. Been on the road. Well, in planes, I should say. Now right here on the backside of this lake, since the storm last week, they removed the bikes and they have decompressed the area that the bike rentals used to be. The bike rentals, the bike taxis they call them. The fencing used to come out to here and to here and over to there. In fact, you could see where the fencing used to be. And now they have minimized the amount of bikes that are over here, but they still do have bikes. The bikes are back, but evidently have kind of downsized their business model. You got the wheel taxis here. I've rented these before I purchased a bike. Also have the little carry-on area there, and this 1931 vehicle Ford that is parked here has a big pumpkin in the back. Take a look at this. Getting ready for fall. Well, fall's here. Halloween just around the corner. It's really nice today. 82 degrees at the moment. Clear skies. Now obviously probably over the next course of the series of days, I think some rain might be slated to come in, but today looks pretty clear. You never know with the weather around here anyway, especially this time of year. But this seems to be a little cooler today than usual. And I'm not complaining. 82, not bad. There's a couple getting married right now at the lakefront, and they were just dropped off in this classic car alert. They're having a little wedding at the Celebration Lakefront. That's nice. Getting dropped off in this, riding in style. Beautiful. I put a spell on you. I'm liking all the decor they're putting here in the shop windows. Ooh, look at this. A skeleton through here as well. Yeah, I just love Market Street. It's kind of neat that right now there's no automobiles on it, obviously, because they are putting up the Halloween decor. I kind of want to walk over to the church too and see what they put in front of the church. They usually do a pumpkin patch. Oh, this is good. You know, I really like how a lot of churches will put clever little things on their marquees. This one kind of takes the cake and really is very, very truthful. Enjoy the fall colors. Offer not valid in Florida. Yeah, you gotta go north of here. You go into Georgia, North Carolina, Tennessee, even up into, you know, the New England states. You get a lot of beautiful changing of the leaves. Not so much here. You know, the leaves here, this is kind of how it is. I like that. Vader. Vader. Buy a pumpkin, help a neighbor, open 11 to 7. I guess that would be each and every day. There is an entrance here. The pumpkin patch. They have a conduct, entrance welcome. No smoking, sitting, or standing on the pumpkins. No running. And no walking and climbing between the pumpkins. Halloween fun. Right this way. Look at this. This is a pumpkin patch. There's some hay down here. You got some lights, some orange lights for the season. Over here, some inflatables. There's a cat, bat. That's a bat. That's not a cat. Looks like a cat. And then there's a tree there. And then you got the regular pumpkins here. And then you got Darth Vader. That's my Vader impression. And of course, R2-D2. Got Jack Skellington going directly into the pumpkin patch itself. Very, very nice. There's a pumpkin, almost like, looks like Little Shop of Horrors with his mouth open, kind of like Audrey 2 as well. Got some ghosts, goblins, and I didn't mean to call you a goblin here. A scarecrow, and this is a spider. Does this have 8 legs? I think it does. No, it has 6 legs. It's a 6-legged pumpkin here. And here are some, what do they call these? These little treats here. Little vampire fangs on the candy corn right there. So pumpkins aplenty through here. Look at this one. Yeah, I just love a good pumpkin patch, and I love the fall. I love Halloween. Except most churches don't call it Halloween, they call it Fall Festival. And reading more of the signage, it says the pricing is according to the size and weight of, not the weight of the pumpkin, but the size of the pumpkin. Look at this right here. This is like gyrating on this vehicle here. This is like a speed demon inflatable right there. Not that the pumpkin man is a demon, but the vehicle is a speed demon. Look at it, just like gyrating and shaking as it's just speeding through the pumpkin patch right there with its eyes. Now I know the inventory will probably dwindle as it gets closer to Halloween night, but right now they have a pretty stocked inventory and a lot of nods to Disney. There's a big hidden, well, not so hidden Mickey right there, and a dragon next to it. A dragon. I swear I saw a dragon. Peach Dragon Riff. Now, while it is hard to pick a favorite spot of mine here in Celebration, I would have to say probably Savannah Square would be my #1 little relaxing thinking spot. I know the fountain at the front of Market Street, spend a lot of time at, but there's also this fountain that gives me some good vibes. Sometimes I'll sit over here, just do a little thinking, relaxing under the shade of these trees, which you can see a lot of the foliage has dissipated because of the storm and because of the weather. Well, probably mostly from the storm here that passed through a week or so ago. And really close to Savannah Square is this home. See a lot of Mickey and Minnie's in Celebration. There's some witches cooking up a brew there, a vat of evil goodness. And another dragon. And I don't know if I've ever mentioned it, but I read somewhere a long time ago when I first moved here that this home, it could be this one or maybe another one that's here on this block, but I believe it's this one, was modeled after, it's not a filming location, but it was modeled after the filming location from Steve Martin's movie Roxanne, where he climbed along the ledge. Right there. It kind of looks very similar from the one from the movie. It could be that one. Don't quote me on this one. Probably should have looked it up, but yeah. Somewhere here on the street near Savannah Square. Steve Martin, Roxanne. It's a deep cut. It's a deep cut, I know. But you never know. Sometimes rumors get started and they're not true. Speculation, things like that, and urban legends in a town. Could be true though. Maybe whoever had it built loved the film. Modeled it after. Look at this little pathway. Isn't this so beautiful through here? Big spider in that tree. I just wanted to show a little pre-production over here on Jeter Bend. I don't think the event starts quite yet in the evening time, but a couple of the houses started putting stuff up. Like this werewolf, their wolf, their castle. And this is really a sight to behold in the evening hours when the event finally kicks off and the neighborhood has everything ready. Like I said, this is a little teaser on what the neighborhood is preparing for in the future of this month. Ooh, it's one of those big, was it Home Depot that had these skeletons for a while a few years ago? Looks like they have procured one of the giant skeletons in this yard. Love it. It's a reaper. Very dangerous. Yes, it's true. Weed eater across the way, lawn maintenance going by. One thing I do love about this town, in this area, is how kept up all the yards are, including this one, because there is a couple skeletons and ghosts over there, black cat, also another Grim Reaper over here. You see a skeleton. I always try to say skeleton in that tone of voice. Little spider. And then down on the end, this home on the very end, every single holiday is decorated. Christmas, not only Christmas and Halloween, but also Valentine's Day, Easter, etc. Every holiday, there is always some adornment and lawn ornaments in this yard up here. I love it. Got a little Nightmare Before Christmas going on. Quite a bit of it. Lock, shock, barrel. Every day is Halloween. Love it. Got Oogie Boogie, Jack Skellington. Got some ghosts and goblins up top. A lot of Jack and Sally all around. And of course, you know, got so close to Disney properties of Walt Disney World. We got Mickey, we got Pluto, we got Pooh, Tigger, Eeyore, Mickey and Minnie over there, Vampire. Oh my goodness gracious, at the top of this broom is a witch. Just look at this witch right here. That is awesome. It's just kind of free floating there and laughing while that motorcycle goes by. I think that person on the motorcycle got really afraid. It drove off. This is a great effect. Look at this. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I'm sure you could probably maybe purchase this witch in a store. That is awesome. Look at that. Let me get it from this angle. Okay, I like that a lot. Laughing hysterically witch. That might be my favorite yard decor that I've seen that's not self-made. This was like a purchased product, but awesome. At this time of the day, I-4 westbound looking very smooth. We meet again, Mickey Power Pole. We meet again. I'm not getting on I-4 westbound, I'm just going over the overpass over at Epcot. Epcot Center celebrated their 40th anniversary back on October 1st, and I was there, picked up quite a bit of merch, pins, things like that, but not everything was unveiled at that time, and now they are stocked up. I'm gonna check out the new merch. And sometimes it's nice just to stop in the parks without a game plan. You know, just some merch, and I might do some park hopping, might not. Who knows how long I'll even be in here for. No real plan. And basically what I do is I go over here. I always try to document this. I am in 405. Take a photo with my phone as well as put it in the video.
It's ready, going across straight to the right side of this white line right here.
All right, going in.
Stand in the middle of the roadway, but instead cross straight to the right side of the white line.
Cutting across to enter from this direction. One thing that's kind of interesting is since they built this little turnaround here with the monorail going by, since they expanded all this for the trams, they have not opened the tram here. So here in Studios, the trams, since the reopenings after 3 months of closure in late 2020, the trams have not run here at Epcot or at Hollywood Studios, just Animal Kingdom and Magic Kingdom, TTC. Heading directly into the Creations shop just to see what kind of merch they have that they did not have when I was here on the 1st. See what else has popped in to the Creation shop. Now there wasn't a whole heck of a lot in here that wasn't here on the 1st, but there were a few items, including this magnet that has the Epcot 40th on it. That's $11.99. So there was that one. There's also a mug that kind of looks like Spaceship Earth. Towards the bottom of the mug is Spaceship Earth-esque. $14.99 for that mug. Neither one of these I get, nor did I get the Shop Harvey bag that was $178. I didn't get either one of those three items. What I did pick up were 2 pins that I did not get the other day, well, you know, a week and a half ago when I was here, which is the World of Motion pin here and the Horizons pin, which they're kind of like secretive. They're like inside here. You have to like open this up to get a look at it. If you're not familiar with World of Motion or Horizons, basically a dark ride like Spaceship Earth. So imagine if they would not have gotten rid of Horizons, which is now Mission to Space, or World of Motion, which is now Test Track, we would have 3 attractions very similar to the beauty of Spaceship Earth over there. So if you love Spaceship Earth, imagine if there were 3 rides similar to that, 3 dark rides here at Epcot. There's 1 of the 3 left. For that I'm happy, but yeah, it'd be nice if both of these still existed. Little throwbacks that are sorely missed by a lot of us. And there were a few items that I had kind of seen online, but I was asking the cast members in there, and they said that they were sold out and they may not be restocked. So just kind of roll with, you know, roll with the punches basically. And also one day this will all be reopened here. I'll be able to go in this little, I don't want to call it an esplanade, but yeah, kind of this side of Spaceship Earth at one point will be reopened, and that'll be nice. Epcot 2.0. And right behind me, where I'm focused obviously on one of my favorite transportation devices to see visually from the ground. I think Skyliner's a little more efficient, you know, when it's not lightning or windy, when it's quite operational, but viewing it from the ground, the monorail is a thing of beauty. But I'm gonna go inside the Imagination Pavilion directly behind me into the merch shop to see if they have any new Figment gear in there also. And after checking inside, didn't see anything new inside the Journey to Imagination Pavilion in that gift shop. So no go on that one. No 40th merchandise as far as Figment goes inside there. And I think I'll check out one more store directly under Spaceship Earth. Then I might take the monorail and do a little park hopping over to Magic Kingdom. The store is located right underneath this amazing sphere. Thank the Phoenicians. You know what? I changed my mind. I'm not going over to Magic Kingdom. I think I would get my car and drive over to Hollywood Studios. A little park hopping with no plan. Okay, you know what? Scratch that. I am going to Magic Kingdom, heading over to TTC. I feel like riding the PeopleMover. Haven't done it in a while. Last time I was in MK, PeopleMover went down. So I'm gonna pop in and do a little people mover and see what else I can see. Yeah, on par for me. Just change my mind all the time. And looks as if they must be having a Halloween party tonight. Closes at 6. Now it appears as if we're running parallel to the one going over to the Epcot loop. Look at this. Got one going by here too. Up, grand reveal. Grand reveal. Now if I were to find a big brimmed hat here on site, I'd probably buy it because the sun has definitely come out. I didn't bring my umbrella to shield myself from the sun either. And not wearing a baseball cap, so if I could find a big brim hat here on site, I'll probably purchase it. And with an unplanned transition from the real castle to the one in the Emporium, I have tried 4 or 5 gift shops. I cannot find a big brimmed hat anywhere. Yeah, I guess they're all sold out. I've tried 4 or 5 shops through all the different lands. I'll keep trying that. I even checked Frontierland and even the little shop over tucked away around Splash Mountain. Also Splash Mountain right now, 55 minutes. Big Thunder, 35 minutes. Let me see what PeopleMover's looking like, because I definitely want to head over to Tomorrowland. Looks like 10 minutes. 5 minutes for Carousel, 10 minutes for PeopleMover, 35 minutes for Astro Orbiter. Space Mountain, 40 minutes. You know, I could also, 10 minutes for Autopia East, also known as Tomorrowland Speedway. So maybe I'll do that too. I'm on a quest for a big brim hat. Even though I don't think it's gonna happen. I've tried a lot of shops. It must be all sold out. But definitely PeopleMover, 10 minutes. You also see my reflection of my hand in my phone. But of course, by the time I find said big brimmed hat to purchase, I won't need it because the sun will already be kind of starting to set. It's already 3 o'clock. Now I have a big brimmed hat at home, but it has the Tampa Bay logo on it. Should, over the next course of the time, but not wear the cap, because I'm trying not to wear any race caps for at least a little bit till I get over this heartbreak of the postseason. But maybe comes to a big, how many times could I say big brimmed hat? I probably already said at least a baker's dozen, or close to it. Moving in. Castle over there. Another one of the locomotives going by. Another one of the locomotives going by right over there. And there's the goat. Or the ram. Oh, hello. Oh man, I love this. Gotta go on this whenever I get the chance. The Liberty Bell whistle off in the distance too. Now I cannot tell you the last time I saw the line this short for PeopleMover. There is no one in line for PeopleMover. Look at this, completely a walk-on. Going up, up, up and in. There's maybe 5, 6 people in front of me. Like, look at the queue. What the heck? I haven't seen it like this way in years. And when on the PeopleMover, was able to notice very, very clearly that the tracks have now been added to the railway. The railway has not run in like 3 years, give or take. So you can see that from the top of the PeopleMover as it's going in and out of Space Mountain. Pretty good to see that the railway might be coming back sooner than later. I am in number 20, automobile number 20. We've got the crossing of the PeopleMovers up above. Tron Light Cycle Run. D23, they stated this is going to be opening in spring of 23. I'm wondering if the train will open a little sooner than that. It'd also be pretty cool to see one of the ride vehicles being, oh, there it goes. Ride vehicle just got launched. Look at that. Perfect timing. And obviously it's starting to get later in the day where I really don't need that big brimmed hat anymore. So I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna continue my search here for the big brim hat. I'm on the resort monorail heading back to TTC, and just coincidentally sitting right next to me is Nate, paging Mr. Morrow direct from New York Comic-Con.
Fancy seeing you here.
You got to see Chris Lloyd and Michael J. Fox do the hug. They hugged it out.
They did that hug.
You were front row.
Yep, it was great.
I'm jealous.
My favorite thing was Christopher Lloyd talking about how he found out Michael was replacing as Marty.
Eric Stoltz.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was my favorite.
You were right there, front row and center.
Yep. It was a good time.
And you're heading, no spoilers, but you're heading over to the Poly and I'm getting off at TTC.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil what you're doing, but you told me. You secretively told me.
Yeah.
Do you
Pumpkin
want?
spice.
Oh, you're gonna spoil it. Okay, so you spoiled it anyway.
Pumpkin spice Dole Whip.
All right. They'll look for it in your video. All right. I'm getting off here though, Nate.
All right.
I'll see you next time. All right, here's a view of the monorail pulling away from the station. I don't think I've ever shown before. Walking underneath it, going back over, Transportation Ticket Center and my car. Coming back to my car now. It's a little bit of a breeze up there, but look at those storm clouds. Late afternoon, early evening storm clouds rolling in. Florida. It is definitely very overcast right now. Granted, also the sun is starting to go down, so that makes it a little unbright out here. Looking at Water Street, the little miniature waterfalls there. Was noticing today, Disney World and Disneyland, both the properties here in the US, Disney properties, have started to bump up the pricing on one-day tickets, lightning lane, food, drinks, things like that. A slight increase. And I'm also noticing, and I'm an annual pass holder to both coasts, Disneyland and Disney World, so the day tickets don't really affect me, but it definitely affects a lot of people. And I also noticed that the Disney stock dropped today a few more dollars per share. It's the lowest I've seen it in a heck of a long time. Now, I sold a bunch of Disney stock a while back at $167 a share. I bought in at $87 a share and at $117 a share, so I made a little bit of profit, but I don't own any now. But I'm kind of considering looking at this. The highest it was at was like a year ago, give or take, you know, not exact numbers, but it was up to $200 a share. Kind of wish I would have sold it then, but now that it's dipping back down, maybe it is a good time to buy. Not that I am an expert or even a moderate novice or have any clue what I'm talking about when it comes to money management and stocks. But I kind of feel like, just going with instinct, that it could be a good time. What do I know? I don't know anything. Like Operation Ivy says, all I know is that I don't know nothing. Well, that's going to do it for today. From Celebration, Florida, popped over into Epcot, did a little park hopping, went over to Magic Kingdom, a little MK, got a couple pins I did not have, a couple new merch items, contemplating the fact that Disney stock is dropping dramatically, tickets are going up. I mean, that's consistent, it's always consistent with the... Oh, they've also opened the street back up since they've been putting the Halloween decor up. And I think it's gonna storm. I'm just thinking out loud. And with those closing thoughts, the vlog from a very cloudy Celebration, Florida, Indiana, the vlog is over.